Alright, what's going on, guys? T Torres back here for another video. So in today's video we are going to be working on the 390 Duke. As you can see here, I got a nice motorcycle lift from Harbor Freight. It came in this huge box. It weighs, I don't know, a couple hundred pounds. It was definitely a nightmare getting it out, but I think I got it from Harbor Freight for like $500 something. So it's definitely a good investment. It's time to get off the ground and start working on the bikes on an actual lift. On the other side here, as you can see, this lever here brings it up, and that lever there brings it down. And then it's got a pan there, so you can take the rear wheel off. A little holder here, holder there. I've still got to finish bolting everything down, but for today's video, we got the bike up here, and we're going to be changing out the factory exhaust on the Duke, which is much needed because the bike is extremely quiet from the factory. So here we have the Pro-Race exhaust. It's from across the pond. If you guys are interested, I'll have a link down in the description of that. So what we're going to do is, obviously we're going to take off the factory muffler, and then we're going to put this muffler on. So as the bike sits, it is extremely quiet. Okay. Yeah, the bike is way too quiet. You can barely even hear it. I don't like it. It's too quiet. I like my stuff to be loud. So I'm not gonna let the bike get too warmed up because I don't want the exhaust and all that stuff to get hot. But with that being said, we also have the Competition Works cat delete and silencer delete, and I'm afraid with this exhaust piece, the bike is going to be extremely loud. But we're gonna see. We're gonna test it out. I can always throw back on maybe the silencer. We're probably definitely gonna keep on with the cat delete. And then, sorry, my garage is a mess. Sometime this weekend as well, I'm going to be installing the Powertronics Fuel X. Big shout out to them for helping me out with that. So yeah, let's get started with today's install. We have to remove this bolt here, and then we have a Allen key here also that we have to remove. Super simple, and I think I bought this exhaust. I think it was paid for in British pounds. And this little piece of pipe came out to be 140 bucks, I think. So one of the main reasons for getting the Pro-Race exhaust was because all the other slip-ons for this bike were like $500-600 bucks. They just weren't very they weren't very accommodating to what I wanted to do for the bike. I didn't want to spend, you know, on a full Yosh exhaust is like 700 bucks for this thing. So we're gonna give this I don't know, just call it not a dump tube, but just a little pipe. I don't know exactly what you want to call it. The little shorty pipe, that's what I'm going to call it. We're going to call it the shorty pipe. So we're going to pair the shorty pipe along with the Competition Works cat delete and silencer delete. But for today's video, we're only going to be doing just the shorty pipe so you guys can hear what the bike sounds like with just the shorty pipe. Not very many videos out there with it on there, so I'm excited to bring this to you guys. And also, big shout out to Burnout Bobby. He also has one on his brand new KTM Duke 390. So if you guys like ruckus content, small bore stuff, be sure to go check out his channel. I cannot begin to tell you how nice it is to have an actual freaking lift. Now, I obviously don't have the bike lifted up, but to start off with, here on the muffler, you're gonna have a 12 millimeter on this side, and then a 13 on the back. Okay, just like that. Let's get this thing loose. And then just, if you guys are also interested in getting the same lift from Harbor Freight, make sure you go online and look at their coupons. I actually got the bike, or not the bike, but I actually got the lift almost, yeah, I think right about $100 is what I saved on the actual bike itself. So as you can see here, the nut came out. Okay, and then we're gonna move down here where my finger is, and then there, let's see, what size is this? Looks like this is a 6 millimeter Allen that you're gonna take from here. And be careful whenever you're taking this bracket off, or this exhaust clamp. There is a gasket that goes in between the muffler and the silencer. So you're going to take out this Allen key. There's a spacer that goes in between this clamp. So let me finish getting this out now. Okay, and I'm gonna slightly bend this out so we can get it over the exhaust pipe, okay? And then just like that, let me remove this. And then just like that, the entire factory exhaust is out. And then right here, where my finger is pointing, is where the exhaust gasket is. So make sure you leave that on there. And then for what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put the bolt that came back in the factory exhaust back into its spot. We're gonna tighten it up and leave it on the bike. Just because I know if I leave this hardware somewhere, I'll never find it again. So I'm gonna tighten that back up and leave it on there. And then just to give you an example, this is pretty much what the pipe's gonna look like. It's gonna look super clean. So let's go ahead and we're gonna take the exhaust bracket off, as you can see here, and then we're gonna fit it to the new Shorty pipe. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and fit this. We'll fit it on to the actual silencer side. Get this lined up, and then make sure you get everything so it fits like so. You'll know when it fits completely, and then we'll we'll start this up here. I'm gonna drop the bolt just a little bit. Make sure the spacer's in there. I'm gonna get it just snug enough, and then so I don't have it all the way at the bottom. So make sure your exhaust bracket goes around the entire muffler piece, or you will have an exhaust leak. All right, I got everything positioned. I have the little Shorty pipe how I want it. So we're gonna get this bad boy good and tight. Definitely don't want this falling off. Like I mentioned, you want to make sure that your actual exhaust bracket is seated around both the silencer and the new Shorty pipe. And that was super simple. Like I said, that was less than 10 minutes, and the new exhaust is on. So let's go ahead and fire it up. This is going to be a true cold start. I'm excited to hear how it sounds. Man, I absolutely love the way that sounds. It's actually got some pops to it now, so it's probably time we throw on the Fuel X so we can add some more fuel to it so it's not leaning out any. But I think it sounds amazing. It may be too loud for some people, but I think it's what this bike needed, and I think it accents the bike very well. I think the factory exhaust looks horrible. I just wasn't a fan of it, but other than that, the bike is beautiful. I love it. I got a buddy, we're actually going to take the bike to a track in New Orleans, and he's going to teach me how to actually race this bike per se and go around the track. But comment down below and let me know what you guys think about the Shorty pipe from Pro-Race. Yeah, I think it sounds really good. And I want to give a big shout out to all the new followers to the channel. Thank you all so much for supporting me and the channel. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be able to make content like this. And yeah, I'm super excited to have the Duke on the channel. Like I said, we got a bunch of stuff coming. Got to do the cat delete, like I mentioned, the silencer delete, the programmer, and then once we get done with the Fuel X, I'm probably actually going to get the piggyback Powertronics ECU as well. And yeah, whatever other mods that I can do. As you know, in another video, or in my last video, I did I did the actual tail tidy. I want to get the, I'd like to get some LED sequential turn signals in the rear if possible. And then obviously, maybe TST Industries or somebody, I'd like to get these LED as well. But as the bike sits, I absolutely love it. I've ridden this bike for probably 300 miles now, and it has been nothing but smiles. So now that I have the new exhaust on, I'm actually going to go take it for a ride. Hopefully you all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.